Hi folks, I'm pop-punk&pixels and I welcome you back to my second MCR history video. The last thing I talked about was them touring with the Used and getting more popular. So let's move on from there. So now they started pre-production for their second album. Sadly, Gerard's and Mikey's grandma passed away and that inspired the song Helena. This event probably also generally made the album darker. Another thing that made the album darker was Gerard's drinking problem that lasted for a long time.
Shit is easy peasy, pumpkin peasy, pumpkin pie, motherfucker.
But they were still able to release the second album in 2004. The name of the album is Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, and it's also a concept album that continues the story of their first album. Because at the end of I Brought You My Bros, You Brought Me Your Love, the two lovers die and the guy goes to hell and he does a deal with the devil and becomes like a murderer and so a whole bit. But the album was a giant hit and in the first week it just like sold about 11,000 copies to the surprise of the band. They said that in their documentary, but the internet says that different, so don't quote me. I don't know.
Over 11,000 left. Wow, that's more than we sold the first one. Basically.
But still, Gerard was probably also due to the pressure feeling worse than ever. But the champ got his addiction under control after some calls. After he recovered, the band nearly had everything to move on. Because MCR is a band with drummer finding and keeping problems and Matt was long gone for unknown reasons. But they needed a drummer for their upcoming tour. That's when I realized that their sound engineer was an excellent drummer. So from then on, Bob Breyer entered the band as a drummer. And you can also see him in the more cinematic getting videos. And at this point, they're incredibly famous. So then, to tour and write music for their next album, they built a small studio in their van. Sadly, this is where the documentary Live on the Murder Scene ends, so I won't have any more clips or information for that. So their third album was gonna be even more theater kid-ish and maybe even more goth than emo aesthetic-wise. For more vibes, they recorded their next album in a mansion that was supposed to be haunted. The Los Angeles Paramount Haunted Mansion. Then, in 2008, they released the album and it went even harder than Three Cheers. The internet says that they sold 240k copies in the first week, but again, don't quote me on that. So this is the end of the second video, and the next one is gonna be the last. But who cares anyway? Goodbye, have a nice day.